From an NBA player faking a timeout to LeBron playing without his shoes.
He's got one shoe on, right?
And here he is with the throwdown.
They're just going to let the clock continue to run.
These are the times NBA players use 100% of their brain. And first, Ja Morant became the first to fake a dunk in mid-air.
Jared Morant spins and hits again. Holy cow!
Now Ja's flight plan went just as planned. But Klay Thompson was on a crash course. See, during the 2017 NBA Finals, Draymond saved Klay Thompson from death.
Tristan Thompson. Oh, and Klay Thompson goes on top of him. And a foul on Klay Thompson.
Damn, Draymond was thinking fast, but this next one was even quicker because the Jazz only had 0.2 seconds to get a shot up, so Trevor Booker went old school.
Got it. If you want to define the phrase grandma shot, that defines the phrase grandma shot.
He took lessons from his granny on that, but this next one was a play for the ages. See, Marcelo Huertas wanted to make a sneaky steal, so he found a new hiding spot. Dude wasn't playing fair, and neither was James Harden, because he was so smart on defense, he didn't even have to look.
And attacks Harden.
Now that was brain power, but the Jazz took it to the next level, because one alley-oop pass wasn't even enough.
Drop it, put it up, the foul by Colin Sexton.
He made that up mid-air, but you got to see Tyrese Halliburton's creativity. See, Tyrese had nobody open, so he made a pass to himself.
Look at that, Halliburton, creative. Knew he was in trouble.
Now Tyrese went off the glass, but imagine going off someone's back, because the Thunder had less than a second to score, but Russell was all Westbrook needed.
Westbrook at the buzzer counter. How about that? Westbrook off the back of Rodney Hood recovers and scores it.
Brody took it in his own hands, but Kobe Bryant wasn't so selfish, because Kobe's mentality was so genius, he made a pass off his defender's back.
This was assist number 10. Watch. He throws it off the back of Ibaka, and it ricochets right to him.
Kobe was playing pinball, but DeMar DeRozan was out there dancing.
It's blocked by Lopez. DeRozan gets it back. Spins, passes, White, three, go!
Good effort by Bulls that time. DeMar found a way to get it done, but no one did it like Nikola Jokic. See, his basketball IQ is so high, he showed LeBron exactly why they call him the Joker. Dude forced him into a turnover, but Chris Paul really turned the man over. See, CP3 had Rudy Gobert one-on-one, and one pass fake put him in the blender.
No Paul. Adams instead takes it himself. No, he didn't. Oh, yes, he did.
But Josh Hart became a genius midair.
Incredible to believe. He's on a minute. All right. Rudolph Holiday got it back. And puts it in. What a play. He knew he was going to get called for a travel, threw it off the back of the defender, and then knocked down the three.
That was unbelievable. But Caron Butler made his nonsense look real. See, at the end of the game, Butler acted like he was going to show some good sportsmanship, but he was really being a con man.
Butler with a takeaway, and a loose ball, whether a clear path to the basketball may be called. Have you ever seen anything like that? I mean, Butler was like congratulating. They were shaking hands.
Now, it's straight beef if somebody stole something from me like that, but this next one used all his brain to call game. See, it was the final seconds of Game 7 in the 2020 playoffs, so James Harden came up clutch and dodged having his heart broken.
Dort for three, blocked by Harden. Dort got it back, tried to throw it off Harden, and missed him. Don't ever talk about his defense again. What a play.
Who would have thought Harden's weak-ass defense would make his most genius play? But imagine high IQ on a freak, because Giannis Antetokounmpo made a play so smart, it was like he had eyes in the back of his head.
Pulled away. Oh, what a play by Antetokounmpo between his legs.
Yeah, Giannis showed them how to get freaky, but Luka Doncic took his crazy pass to the max. See, he was stuck in a trap with no way out, so he turned into Houdini.
Grabbed on the sideline, they fouled in a situation like that before. How on earth did he find Hardy?
That's why they call him Luka Magic, but LeBron was the king of using all his brain. Pay attention to when LeBron lost his shoe.
No, he's got one shoe on, right? You know, you need your shoes to play back. I mean, as great as he is, still need two shoes.
And here he is with the throwdown. Put on the shoe.
But LeBron wasn't done there, because during the game against the Lakers, LeBron outsmarted everyone.
Oh, great no-look decisions who puts it home.
Yeah, Bron wasted no time to get pissed, but Ja Morant had all the time in the world. See, it was the end of the game and the clock was still running. So as long as Ja never touched the ball, the shot clock could not start. And Ja had time on his hands, because he wasted every second possible.
They're just gonna let the clock continue to run. Nobody moving up on Ja Morant, so the game clock just continues to run.
And the 8-second count doesn't start until he picks it up. And the Hornets,
I don't know what the Hornets are doing.
Bro took a timeout mid-game, but nobody played around with timeouts like Andre Miller. See, the Blazers head coach called his team over to the bench, so all Andre needed to do was get the pass half court and make the call himself.
Blazers will call a timeout right here.
Andre Miller does it. He fakes the timeout and scores. The Hornets were already to the huddle.
He rocked those boys to sleep, but Andre wasn't done with the hypnosis, because later in the season, he took it to the next level.
Somebody's got to take a timeout. It might as well be me. No, Miller fakes the timeout, and they're going to count that on a goaltend.
Dude invented a new move, but Jose Alvarado made a career out of being sneaky, because he made his signature by becoming the most stealthy player in the league. See, Jose was an undrafted nobody until he made a name for himself, and he did it by playing hide and seek in the corner. Just watch him here.
I brought up on the way to break, and Jose will take it away. Smart play. Never stop. Never quit.
And next thing you know, Jose Alvarado became Grand Theft Alvarado, because he was jacking all the smartest ball handlers in the league, even the king.
There's that disruptor here.
But GTA wasn't done hunting down Bron, because he ran down on him again.
Yeah, stop the basketball. Jose will.
Jose was chasing down players for steals like LeBron chases down blocks. But Jason Kidd was so smart, he found a loophole. See, in 2009, Jason Kidd must have read the fine print of the NBA rulebook, because he found out that if a player runs into a coach who's on the floor, the opposing team gets a technical foul and a free shot. So when the Mavericks were desperate for points in the fourth quarter, Coach Mike Woodson was on the floor, and Jason Kidd locked in on his target.
Jason Kidd making contact with Mike Woodson. Woodson was on the court, and a heated exchange between Kidd and Woodson.
Dude outsmarted the coach. So you already know Jason Kidd had his own team to run when he retired. And he taught his players the same move. Because in 2013, the Brooklyn Nets didn't have any timeouts to draw up a last-second game winner. So Jason had the perfect plan to talk to his players one more time. So he grabbed the fans' drink and acted a scene.
Taking a drink, and Jason Kidd and Tyshawn Taylor bumped.
Dude cheated the game, but LeBron is basically a human cheat code. See, LeBron has a basketball IQ so high that knowing his own team plays wasn't enough, because he knew every single play from his opponent. It was the 2016 Eastern Conference Finals with everything on the line. And when the pressure was the highest, Toronto tried to run a play when one Raptors player's mind went blank. So LeBron filled his opponent in on everything.
It was a play we was trying to run, and when our teammates forgot the play, and Bron told him the play. Like, it was some crazy stuff. We called him the play, and he was like, what? And Bron told him what our play was.
Yeah, Brown was playing mind games, and so was this next one, because Donovan Mitchell had Grant Williams tripping. See, the Cavs were taking on the Celtics, and the end of the game was as close as can be. Now, all Grant had to do was knock down a single free throw to call game. So Donovan Mitchell went over and pushed all of Grant's triggers. And with the game on the line, Grant folded like a pretzel.
What a story Grant Williams can write. Doesn't go, and neither does the tap.
Damn, all it takes is a few words to change everything. And DeAndre Jordan knows all about that. Because we got to talk about the time DeAndre was a free agent and the Clippers had the smartest plan to keep their big man. See, in the 2015 playoffs, the Clippers were up 3-1 and pulled off one of the biggest choke jobs in NBA history. And this meltdown had DeAndre wanting to get out of town real quick. And considering DJ was one of the best defensive players in the NBA at the time, him leaving LA would transform the NBA landscape. Now look, DeAndre was a Texas native, which made the Dallas Mavericks extra interesting. So Chandler Parsons of the Mavs got to work in recruiting DJ. Non-stop parties, VIP treatment, the whole 9 yards. And guess what? DJ bought it, because he told Dallas he was in. And Dallas was already celebrating, or so they thought. See, Jordan only told the Mavs he was coming to play. He never signed the contract, but DeAndre already made up his mind and let everyone know he was gone, except for the one person he feared the most, Coach Doc Rivers.
I get a call from Doc. He said, hey man, it took me a while, I'm happy for you. I just think that we got some unfinished business here. I'm like, yeah, I understand that too. I feel that, but I just, I want to try something new. I just don't think that we're going to get over that hump. And I said, man, plus, Doc, I already told these people I'm going to Dallas. I can't tell them I'm not going, And he was like, well, if you did change your mind, we would have your back. And I'm like, man, I know, Doc, but it's just tough. He said, well, give me an hour. I'll call you right back. I said, all right, cool.
So Doc gathered his Avengers, Blake Griffin, Chris Paul, and Paul Pierce, and they booked the first flight to Texas to change DJ's mind. Meanwhile, Chandler Parsons, thinking the deal was sealed, took off to Vegas to celebrate. He even dropped a done deal tweet, posted a simple airplane emoji. But that little emoji triggered an all-out emoji war. See, Chris Paul responded with a banana boat, and Blake Griffin unleashed every vehicle emoji he could find to taunt Chandler. So the NBA world was losing it, knowing something epic was going down, because Blake Griffin posted a photo that told the whole story. See, he and the Clippers crew were basically holding DJ hostage, making sure he didn't leave until he reconsidered. But before DeAndre made any decisions, the Clippers had to take everything they were thinking about each other and lay it all on the table. And there was only one person smart enough to make them have that awkward conversation, DeAndre's mama.
My mom got it popping. She was like, Steve was there, Ballmore was there, and Doc was there, and they was like, all right, anybody got anything to say? And we all kind of like sitting there, you know, like, and my mom was like, all right, well, I got something. Y'all don't like each other? Like, y'all three don't like each other? What's going on?
Yeah.
You know? And we all kind of was like, oh, okay. I'm getting chills even talking about it. And I'm like, okay, well, here it is, you know? Like, so we just kind of, Chris, Blake, and I, we just had like a, put it out there, you know what I mean? And I think that it was kind of like going back to what we were talking about with teammates and button heads and expecting things out of people, and it just became like a, okay, well, I don't like this, I don't like you do this, but I think you need to do more of this. And it was a conversation that I think needed to be had years prior to that.
DeAndre decided he didn't want to leave his Lob City brothers and return back home. But the Clips weren't going to get disrespected like DeAndre did the Mavs. So Coach Doc wasn't leaving until it was official.
Like, I'm dapping everybody up. JJ's there. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll holler at y'all. And then Armand Hill and Paul Pierce go outside. They smoking cigars. And I'm like, all right, I think y'all about to leave. You know, I need my house back. And Paul Pierce is like, oh, you don't know? I'm like, no, what? He said, oh, Doc not leaving until you sign. I'm like, oh, shit, okay. But, you know, I'm on Central Time, so I got to wait till 11:01 to sign. So they stayed in my house till like well past after midnight, and then we kind of just celebrated there, and then I had to reap the consequences that came with Dallas and the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, the Clips held Bro captive until 11 at night. Now, that was crazy, but it was a smart move for both teams, because the next year, DeAndre became the best defensive player in the entire league and took home the Defensive Player of the Year trophy to prove it. But Gilbert Arenas learned his lesson the hard way, because just one tap on the shoulder from LeBron altered history. See, it was Game 6 of the 2006 Eastern Conference playoffs, when the Cleveland Cavaliers were winning the series 3-2. Now, the series had been one of the most exciting first-round playoffs ever, so every point mattered. And all Gil had to do was hit 2 free throws that sent the series to Game 7. But when the free throw sniper stepped to the line, this happened.
Misses the free throw.
Now, one missed free throw already had Arenas thrown off, but Bron knew he had to make it even worse. So he was smart enough to make Gilbert think about the free throw even more when Bron tapped his shoulder and said this.
What do you say? If you miss this, you know who's gonna make it.
Yeah. So if you miss this, you know who will end the game.
Yeah.
Now, those words really had Gil scratching his head. So his next free throw clanked. And Bro couldn't afford to give Bron another shot because the Cavs drew up a play and called the series.
David Jones puts it in.
Yeah, Bron was living in Gilbert's head rent-free, so Gilbert had to do something about it. See, he got over his demons by making his own brain grow muscles. And he did it by hiring the scariest trainer on the planet.
Those free throws, they mess with you mentally, and like, whoa. And I didn't even think about the free. Then you put doubt. Oh, I need to do something about this, right? I remember I'm talking to Drew. I'm like, who's mentally strong in this world? He was like, usually Black Ops, Navy SEALs. Find me a Black Op guy. Find me a Black Op guy, right? They was like, what? Find me a Black Op guy. I need to, like, I don't want to think about those free throws no more. I need to really mentally check in.
Meet Frank Matriciano, AKA Hell's Trainer.
I don't advertise, I don't recruit people. I get phone calls from different people that say, can you help my guy? And I'll say, come on out. If they last, they last. A lot of guys don't last more than 11 minutes.
But Gil only had one problem.
It was like, what's the problem? I was like, there's no problem, I just don't want one. I don't want a problem. I want to be mentally strong. I miss free throws and someone made me think about it, but I don't want to think about it no more. And then from there, everything became mental.
And to get this out of Gil's mind, Hell's Trainer made him do one job.
I remember our first one was a warm-up. And he's like, all right, we're going to warm up. We got to go to the Blue House.
Blue House?
Yeah, it's just a Blue House. We're on the beach. Blue House, all right, food. And they start running, talking, yeah, chap, chap. Right, they start looking up, chap, chap, chap. 5 minutes go by, start chap, chap, chap. Right, you know, he's like, oh, As long as you keep looking for that blue house, this is gonna be a long run. What? He said, I suggest you just look down at the sand and just keep moving. And when I tell you the blue house, we done, we done.
He said, what about tell me? Yeah. Blue house.
4 hours.
What?
4 hours. That was our warm-up. 4 hours in the sand running to the blue house.
Damn, 4 hours for a warm-up was literally insane. But Gil still needed to pick up a basketball if he wanted to beat LeBron the next season, so the Navy SEAL had Gil shoot jump shots until his arms fell off.
He was like, all right, how many do you usually do? I said, 100 a spot. He was like, all right, cool. He said, we're gonna do 1,000 a spot. I mean, what? 1,000 a spot. All right. Sure. All right. 15 minutes seemed like went by, 15, 20 minutes went by. He was like, 10. 10? Like, oh no, I missed like 8 row after he said 10. I missed 8 in a row. He was like, I'm gonna tell you one thing. We're not stopping until you get to the 1,000. So you better focus.
Now this dude's craziness made Gilbert one of the most mentally sharp players of the game. I mean, dude was so locked in, when the next season came, Gilbert had his career high against the toughest opponent possible, Kobe Bryant.
See, and if you just look up, you'll be able to find it. Still on the run for the Lakers, and the Lakers have the lead. Namathanic on the first round pick, played for the Warriors. 4 of 7 for the field with a couple of three-pointers, and once again, Chris takes a 7-point lead.
Yeah, dude got so smart, he gave Kobe Bryant 60 buckets. But Steph Curry had no problem taking all the shots, because he took away a stadium of haters from his teammates. See, it was the 2022 NBA playoffs, with the Warriors playing the Boston Celtics. Now, Boston took an early 2-1 lead, and it was all because Draymond Green was playing like trash. But imagine one of the toughest dogs in the league playing with his tail tucked in between his legs. Because Draymond was so nervous, bro's knees were shaking. So the Boston fans made Draymond the target. And it was looking like Draymond was about to ruin Steph's legacy, so the chef cooked up a plan to get the haters off Draymond's head.
Shout out to the GOAT, Steph Curry, because in Game 4, I still wasn't myself. But I rallied enough to be better. And then he carried me.
See, in Game 4, Steph went off and had something to say about it.
Curry, another long-distance shot. It's good. Steph Curry, back-to-back long-distance threes and a 5-point lead for the Warriors. Celtics call timeout.
See, Steph took all the weight off Draymond's shoulder and put the team on his back. And that was all Green needed to get himself going, because the Warriors won 3 straight and walked away as champions. Yeah, Steph had to outsmart the Celtics' 6th man and made history. But that wasn't the only time players flipped the script and changed the game forever. Because imagine one missed contract creating the biggest super team in NBA history. Or the time one team built a new stadium designed to have opponents miss free throws. Yeah, you gotta see this shit. These are moments that changed the NBA forever.